Smart people don't like me, and they don't like what we talk about.
Well, all right. Thanks for saying the quiet part out loud. And for once, you and I agree. That would be new video in today of Trump saying that smart people don't like him, which by default would mean that MAGA are stupid people. And yet again, we agree. But as we learned this weekend, it is not just America that's got a little problem with, I don't know, short-sighted, racist, anti-immigrant masses taking to the streets while simultaneously demonizing immigrants and applauding the life of Charlie Kirk. That was a mouthful. And Kirk is not the only export from America to the UK, as U.S. citizen and all-around mega mouthpiece Elon Musk decided to throw fuel on the fire across the pond, and all of this makes me embarrassed to be an American. Yet oddly, I feel slightly better to know that this is not a uniquely American problem anymore. So hit subscribe to Really American Media, and let's talk about something that isn't getting much coverage here stateside, but that we should all definitely be paying attention to.
Thousands of protesters hit the streets of London, England on Saturday to protest immigration. The Unite the Kingdom March, organized by far-right British activist Tommy Robinson, saw a sea of British and English flags, along with signs that read, quote, "Stop the boats and send them home." Counter-protests also took place. Over 1,000 police officers were deployed to keep the two groups separated. It comes after an increase in debate over migrants that are entering the UK without authorization. This summer saw a number of anti-migrant protests outside hotels housing asylum seekers, following the arrest of an Ethiopian migrant who was later convicted of sexually assaulting a 14-year-old girl.
Yes, a fear of immigrants, and taking an example of one immigrant doing something heinous and applying it to all of them, because I'm sure no British citizen has ever assaulted someone. Okay. And while here in America, we have the mega types that buy this kind of garbage being spoon-fed to them, in England, I guess we now have mega, those that want to make England great again by hating on others.
It is very important. They need to stop illegal migration into this country. It's tearing us apart. You know, we've got people here, the veterans, our veterans that fought for us and for our freedom, lying on the streets with nowhere to go. But you pop in, get rid of your documents, and you can have a 4-star hotel, free board and lodge.
Well, you're welcome, England. You know, I can't help but feel the notion of immigrants living the good life on public assistance probably came from America.
The stereotype of the so-called welfare queen has been used to demonize those on public assistance for decades. It's a politically potent image depicting an undeserving aid recipient getting rich on the backs of taxpayers. Politicians, including former President Ronald Reagan, have been accused of exploiting this image as a kind of racist dog whistle.
Yeah, and speaking of American ignorance being exported abroad, look who decided to beam into the UK on a giant TV yesterday and whip up the mega crowd.
Whether you choose violence or not, violence is coming to you. You either fight back or you die. You either fight back or you die. And that's the truth.
Today, Elon, I think the British public are telling the world that they're ready to fight back.
Good. Yes.
Come on, Great Britain.
Yeah, that would be Elon Musk seemingly inciting a riot with his call to arms, literally telling people they would die if they don't fight back. So how'd that turn out? Yeah, what do you know? Violence did break out. There were a whole bunch of arrests, and 26 police officers were beaten and injured. But don't worry, America. We can take the moral high ground here because nothing like that would ever happen here in America. Oh, I almost got through that without laughing. Oh, yeah, that's right, January 6th. Well, speaking of political violence that we have to own, the Charlie Kirk story made its way to London quicker than a Starbucks franchise. Yeah, and again, I kind of feel the need to apologize on behalf of America. Seems we're not sending our best to your country. And while Elon Musk was on the big screen in true George Orwellian fashion, he decided to incite a little violence against the left in that country too.
And then you see how much violence there's on the left, with our friend Charlie Kirk getting murdered in cold blood this week, and people on the left celebrating it openly. The left is the party of murder and celebrating murder. I mean, let that sink in for a minute. That's who we're dealing with here. That is who we're dealing with.
Yeah, all right. That coming from the guy that not only did not denounce the hammer attack on the husband of Nancy Pelosi, but instead decided to amplify that conspiracy theory that it was all just a gay lover spat. He also got dragged online after he tried to blame the far left for the murder of a Democratic Minnesota lawmaker, a claim that his own AI chatbot debunked. And as always, you can't make this stuff up. Unless you're MAGA, then you can just definitely make this stuff up. But the good news is, much like here in America, there are some good progressives trying to fight the good fight over in the UK too.
Well, there's a fear that the far right are trying to take over. So it's a fear of the rise of that sort of thing, but also the way immigrants and asylum seekers are blamed for what's wrong here. It's totally wrong. It's totally wrong. And I think it's racist.
Yeah, listen, it's great to see that. But according to the media reports from the UK, there were about 5,000 anti-protesters and well over 100,000 protesters against immigration, as you can see here. So yeah, when I woke up today, I was a little worried about the direction that America is headed in, and now I'm worried about the whole fucking planet. And I just can't help but think that there's one person in particular who is to blame for all of this. Yeah, that guy. So as always, don't let anybody silence your voice of reason. Be proud, be loud, and get vocal. From the Vocal Minority with Nick and Steve podcast, new episode available now right here on the Really American page. Click the live tab. I'm Steve Harness for Really American Media.